All right, everybody. Here today to talk about the mining operation, the NGCM, and there's been some new equipment that came out this week, both from Ensilicon and also from Bitmain. And one of the things you got to think about when you're buying new equipment is whether or not it makes sense to buy it in the first batch, the second batch, or what the profitability looks like versus what's currently on the market. And that's very important in mining. So me and several of our partners today were talking about the new, it's the A6 LTC Master from Ensilicon. And it does about 1.23 gigahash and it costs $3,000. Well, doesn't sound like a bad price. 1.23 gigahash, that's way more than the regular L3 Plus is doing at 504 megahash. But the difference is that this thing is $3,000. For that same price, we can get roughly 25 to 30 of the previous generation L3s or L3 Pluses. So what I do then is I look at, from doing this thing for a couple of years now, I'm going to look at, okay, I buy this, I spend $3,000 US dollars. I can get one of these devices. Yes, it's very efficient. I think it's doing about 1,500 to 1,800 watts. So thereabouts on average. But how profitable is this thing compared to the old, the old equipment if I had way more volume of these things? So if you look at it and just say, okay, if I had 30 of these versus 30 of those, yeah, but then you're talking about, instead of $3,000, you're talking about $90,000. Or you're talking about $3,000 and getting about 25 or 26 of the other ones. So you're looking at roughly a device that can do 1.23 gigahash versus buying the older generation in volume, and it can do probably 18 gigahash. And so that's a big difference in terms of what you can earn in terms of Litecoin on a day-to-day basis. So the idea and the strategy here is that you want to try to earn as much cryptocurrency as you can when you're mining it. You also want to be as profitable as you can in terms of what your power costs are. So obviously, yeah, if you've got 30 devices or 26 devices, they're going to use a lot more power than 1,500 watts, or 1,800 watts. But what you want to look at is not so much what the payback is on a piece of equipment, but if I'm earning roughly 20 times or at least 15 times the number of Litecoin, the amount of Litecoin each day with that device, as you've seen since we've been mining Litecoin since the beginning of the year, it's already gone up 300%. And it's back down to where it's now probably about 250%. So when you start looking at numbers like that, then the power becomes irrelevant, because now if I'm looking at the coin 6 months from now or a year from now and it's gone up 1,000%, which has happened, then the more of it that I earn, the faster I earn it, then obviously I'm going to make a lot more money versus something like that. So initially it seems like it's not as advantageous to go out and buy more pieces of equipment, but it actually is, and it's going to be in the long run, in my opinion, more profitable to get more equipment if you've got good power rates and you can earn more of the cryptocurrency on a day-to-day basis that you can then look to sell or whatever and down the road once it's gone up 300, 400%. And like I said, that's already happened this year, and we've been able to take advantage of that. So what I'm going to do is just kind of look at the differences and comparisons. So this is something that everybody that's in the crypto space can do, but I'm going to look at how I would analyze this purchase, whether I would say, all right, I'm going to buy this new piece of equipment, which is one unit that does 1.23 gigahash of Litecoin, or processes that much, has that much processing power to acquire Litecoin on a day-to-day basis, versus buying 30 units that's going to give me 18 gigahash of performance and mining of Litecoin on a day-to-day basis. And obviously the power is significantly higher with the 20 or 30 units that I'm going to get. but at the same time, I'm earning more of the cryptocurrency. And when you're earning more of the cryptocurrency, that's the name of the game when you're trying to make money down the road. If you're trying to sell it here today, then that's not going to work. But if you're trying to sell it here today, you're not going to spend $3,000 on one piece of equipment because you're not going to be getting that much Litecoin anyways at 1.23 gigahash with the difficulty and the hash rate going up like it is. So let's look at what we got here. So right now we're doing about, at our operation at North Georgia Crypto Mining, we're doing about 62 gigahash a day, okay? And this would add to that 1.23 gigahash. Not a big deal. But if I'm able to add in another roughly 18, so let's just make it a round number, 20 gigahash, that takes me up to 20 gigahash a day. And that's roughly a percentage increase of 30%. So, if I'm doing right now $208 or, basically $210 a day, if I increase that by 30%, that is going to be $273 that I'd be earning every day in Litecoin. So I'm obviously earning Litecoin, but that would be what I would be earning every day in Litecoin just by making that change. Now, if I just added in, I'm doing 210 gigahash, and I say I'm going to add in, I don't know, let's see, 61 gigahash. So 1.23 is divided by 61 is 2%. So if I take 210 gigahash and I say I'm going to add in 2%, that's just giving me $214 a day. So I've earned an extra $4 a day in Litecoin for spending $3,000 on one piece of equipment. I spend that same $3,000 on a piece of equipment, and I increase my earnings by roughly $70 every day, $70 every day, and that's today. If I look at the price tripling or quadrupling or going up 1,000%, then that number goes from 270 to 500 or 700, 800, up to even $1,000 a day, and that can happen. Like I said, that's happening. So that is the key thing that you look at when you're trying to decide whether or not to buy the latest piece of equipment that just came out and it's expensive, or buying the older generation of equipment if you can accommodate it and getting more of the cryptocurrency. The name of the game is getting as much cryptocurrency as you can, as fast as you can, and then looking at it to appreciate over time, and that's how you make your money.